Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for Thursday, November 6, 2025. And in the news this afternoon, thieves profit from fish vendors' misfortune after Melissa. Vendors at the Salem Fishing Beach in Runaway Bay, St. Anne had to scamper shortly after the passage of Hurricane Melissa to secure their goods and valuables from thieves who saw it as an opportunity to profit from their misfortune. During Melissa, the roofs of approximately 10 shops at the fishing village were ripped off by the heavy sustained winds. After the roofs vanished, shop operators were faced with heavy rain, as well as the criminals who went into shops to grab anything of value. Patricia Trail, a fish vendor, explained to the news that because the roofs flew off, people were going down in there. They went into a lady's place and took out her TV and other things. That reality put the minds of most of the vendors in a tailspin. They had to quickly find the zinc and other material to replace the roofs so as to not make it easy for thieves to access the building and their contents, most of which were already drenched by rain. Another vendor, Barbara Martin, shared that she rushed to secure items in her shop, including a sound system which she feared would have been stolen. "Me carry it go round in my yard because the people have broke down the place them and not going there. So me come for the sound. Me don't know if the sound even work because the top blow off. The fridge I don't know if it work or not. Some of the things them blow out. Me I try see what can go on. I want me to walk and pick up zinc to see if I can put it on top and start again. Everything mash up. The drinks them when me did have in the fridge, I gave them away to people. Because what me I go do with them? Over the kitchen pot it flooded out. See the deep freeze there. Me not even know if it work," said Martin as she pondered how she was going to be able to pick up the pieces and move on with her business. "Any help we get, we appreciate it. You see for yourself how the place stay," she added. Operator of Miss Pam's fish joint, Pamela Bago, sipped tea from a mug as she sat and watched the workmen carry out the cleanup activities at her place. She told the news that she was robbed of hundreds of thousands of dollars, not by human thieves, but by Hurricane Melissa. "I'm trying to get a loan so I can rebuild and restart. I lost the building, one of my fridge mashed up. Destruction all around. Beryl was bad last year, but it wasn't this bad. This was a Category 5 storm, and it was an all-island storm. It was bigger and stronger. It blew me down. I lost a lot of fish and chicken. The damage is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Fish is $1,200 per pound. Very expensive," explained Bago. In the meantime, Winston Campbell, who offers boat repair and other services at the fishing beach, told the news that Hurricane Melissa caused him a lot of stress. "Me not eat from morning, you know. I just had to drink some rum to calm the nerves. The whole entire top of the main building was destroyed. Right now, me not even clean out my shop yet. We have to help ourselves because if we not start helping ourselves, you know what will happen. Some of the zinc from the roof were bent. I had to go up there and straighten them out along with the boards. And I am not a woodwork man. I had to do what I could do and put on some stop leak. Right now, I have some more stop leak to put on. You can stay from here and see the holes in the zinc. I just have to do what I have to do. At my house in St. Anne's Bay, me also have to repair it while dealing with this at the same time," Campbell said. Government to investigate reports of price gouging in Westmoreland. An investigation will be launched into reports of price gouging in western Jamaica following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. The commitment was given by Prime Minister Andrew Holness during Tuesday's sitting of the House of Representatives. Since the hurricane hit on October 28, leaving a trail of destruction in southwestern parishes, reports have emerged of widespread price gouging from basic food items to bus fares. On Tuesday, Member of Parliament for Westmoreland Western, Ian Hills, told the House that the price gouging was prevalent in the Western Parish. He shared that the prices of gasoline, food items, building materials, as well as bus and taxi fares have doubled. Hills asked the Prime Minister how the government plans to stop the abuses which are taking place with our citizens. In his response, Holness told Hills He was happy he had brought the situation to national attention. He said he has already sent a note to the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Aubin Hill, and we're going to investigate this issue. The only thing is that the order that we have put in place for price gouging ahead of the hurricane is limited. It's not for every single good. It's limited to food items and some essential things. So we will investigate this and ensure that there is enforcement, because in a time of disaster, everyone is expected to exercise a good discretion in favor of the national recovery, said Holness. Residents of St. Catherine communities sound alarm that they suffered from Melissa too. Several residents of St. Catherine who suffered significant damage to their homes as a result of Hurricane Melissa's outer bands are expressing frustration that their cries for help have gone unanswered by the authorities. Although the core of the historic hurricane spared much of St. Catherine, strong outer band winds wreaked havoc in the Louidasville and Yuaton communities, tearing off roofs and toppling trees. On Wednesday, officials from the St. Catherine Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management Committee, led by Chairman of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation, Norman Scott, toured Louidasville and the surrounding areas to distribute relief supplies and assess the damage firsthand. Despite these efforts, affected residents say the response has been slow and inadequate. They cited the lack of running water, electricity, and the proper shelter as their most pressing concerns. For Sharon Small, the situation has been particularly devastating. She had sought refuge at the Louidasville Primary School, one of the designated shelters, but returned to find her one-bedroom board house completely destroyed. Everything mashed up, nothing never safe. Me did down by the school, and when the breeze done me come back, and everything gone, she said with tears in her eyes. Her hardship deepened when school officials informed her and the 4 others in a similar situation that they would have to leave the premises to allow classes to resume on Wednesday. Carl Grant, counsel for the Louidasville Division, acknowledged the urgency of their plight and mobilized the community members to construct temporary one-room board houses for the displaced residents. The principal told me that the classes would be resuming, so the shelter arrangement couldn't continue. I had to quickly organize something for all 5 affected persons, Grant told the news. In nearby Shady Grove, resident Erzvan Gibbs recounted losing both his roof and his banana crop during the hurricane. The breeze and the rain did terrible, the whole roof gone, and the banana tree them flattened, he said. And 1 week now and nobody no come check we. No food, no clothes. See there, me have to put out the wet clothes for drying at the sun. Gibbs added that the most affected residents had to rely on neighbors to reattach zinc roofs to prevent further water damage in case of more rain. According to Grant, more than 20 homes and several farms in the Louidasville area sustained damage during Hurricane Melissa's passage. Ivan Williams lost everything. The one-bedroom board house he once called home was flattened by Hurricane Melissa. I can only give thanks to Jah, said Williams, a Rastafarian, as he pointed to a small one-bedroom structure he has begun rebuilding on his own. I haven't heard from anyone until these people came, so I just started to help myself. Scott lamented the neglect of residents like Williams and renewed the opposition's call for an independent body to oversee relief distribution, warning that a failure to act could erode international confidence. Residents still reeling from the loss say they feel forgotten, left to pick up the pieces on their own while waiting for meaningful assistance to arrive. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.